100. Counting by 10. So let's start with 10. So
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90,
100. 110.
120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200.
All right, and let's practice counting by fives all the way to 100. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60,
65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100.
Good. All right, and let's count by twos all the way to 50. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12,
14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 29,
28,
28,
30,
32,
34, 36,
38,
40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. Okay, next let's go ahead and count by 100s to 1,000. So 100, 200,
300, 1,000, 400.
let's start again. Okay, no, it's not funny. 100,
100, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900,
1,000. Thank you. I have a seat because so far it's not good behavior.
Miss Scissors, can we play?
All right, so next one.
Can we play the game?
No. We play games whenever we do what I need you to do the right way. That's when we play games. All right, let's go ahead and look at the board. We'll practice a couple of things today.
Are we gonna do school class? It's fun. It's my favorite thing to do. It's blue fruit. Miss Lucas, I remember.
All right, so you'll probably need a little sleep paper. No, not probably. You will need a little sleep paper
Okay.
for this next part.
I don't got my pen. All right, I already know what we need. I did not pick you. Wait. Excuse me, everybody. Baby.
A little sleep paper.
These are fake. I'm wasting tissue paper.
Working class on survey was the number one reason for marriage, they say, because it isn't lack of money or opportunity.
Let's go ahead. So, in your little sleep paper, we're going to practice pairs today. Remember, a pair is a total of how many? Two together, right? So how do we draw pairs? We draw two and then we circle it to show that it's two. So now listen to this. I have 11 socks, not 11 pairs. I have 11 socks. I want you to circle the pairs and tell me how many pairs I can make out of 11 socks. Do that now. 11 socks, not 11 pairs, guys. That's two different things. I have 11 socks, and then I want you to circle the pairs to figure out how many pairs we can make from 11 socks. That's, however, it's fine. It's not really like a big deal to like do it perfect.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Circle 2, circle 2, circle 2, circle 2, circle 2. 10 pairs.
Say that again.
Circle 2.
I didn't hear.
What it made, how many pairs you
Okay.
need.
All right. 1 second. I'm waiting for everybody to get it.
And
Okay.
Teddy, make me this one. What? I'm not at 11 socks. I mean, not 11 socks. 11 socks. Yeah, 11 socks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I'm making the pairs. She didn't say to make a pair. This will just go and make the pairs.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I said draw the 11 socks and then circle the pairs, and then we'll discuss how many pairs you made.
Oh, you sorry, darling, but I'm back. I don't. Well, I already know how many pairs. Yep. I'm about to not say it. Don't forget to put the numbers on the page. I'm gonna put it in. You can only make three. You can only make seven. 11.
All right, so 11 socks. How many pairs can we make from 11 socks? Let me hear some answers. Well, tell me together on 3. 1, 2, 3. How many?
10.
We can make 5 pairs. How many extras will we have left over? 1. Good. So 11 socks makes a total of 5 pairs. Good. Now, can you draw me 4 pairs? Now this is different. Draw me 4 pairs. And then show it to me. So draw, yes, draw. That's the thing. Do you know what 4 pairs is supposed to look like?
Oh, I know.
Okay, well then draw it.
Oh, is it like you gotta write pairs? You going included. Oh, I'm writing it on the other page.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Everybody else is ready or no?
Okay. Chin top.
All right, so 4 pairs. Okay, 4 pairs should have been a total of how many socks? Count it. How many socks total are in 4 pairs? Count the socks. 4. No, it's 4 pairs, but how many socks is that?
8.
8 socks. Good. So 4 pairs is a total of 8 socks. Good. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and practice some time. So remember, we have 2 hands on a clock. We have our long hand, which is our minute hand, and our short hand, which is our hour hand. Okay. We've already learned how to tell time to 12, which means o'clock, brand new hour. And we know how to tell time to the 6, which is 30 minutes, half past. Okay. So it's just knowing your hands. All right, let's do a time. Time here. 8:30. Now, if I am just getting to school, would that be in the morning or the afternoon?
The morning.
Morning, 8:30 a.m. Good.
It's kind of hard to not erase the numbers.
Okay, time. Dennis?
I already know it.
3 o'clock.
Knew it.
If we are getting off of school, would that be in the morning or the afternoon, Dennis? We're finishing school. Morning or afternoon?
The morning?
Not 3 in the morning. We're probably sleeping at 3 in the morning, but 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's 3 o'clock p.m. That would be like us getting off of school.
Yeah. Time to go to bed.
Okay.
Take a nice warm shower. Whatever y'all take. I don't think about it. Ooh.
That's not what we're talking about. Okay, please.
It's clock time.
Okay, time.
11:30.
11:30. If we are in bed asleep, would that be the morning or the evening? Evening, 11:30 p.m. We're in bed asleep.
I'm probably not
11:30 a.m. We're still at school. Okay, one more. All right, so this one I'm gonna do a little different.
What is that?
So, where's your hour on what?
The
5. Now I'm gonna show you how to find your minute. So you start counting by 5s. Whenever the time is on a different number, you count by 5s. So start with 1, count by 5s for each number, and it'll tell you what this number is. That's how you read a clock, which we'll learn in 2nd grade.
Wait, what did you start?
Start with 5 here, and then count all the. No, it's not 50. Count again, and don't say it out loud. You start counting by 5s with each one until you get here. Okay, Kenley, what you have?
45.
What was the hour?
5:45.
5:45.
I can
So
read
5, then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's why we say 30. Half past.
Yeah.
35, 40, 45.
40. I knew it.
So yeah, we'll learn more of the clock next year in 2nd grade. You'll learn how to tell time to not only 5 minutes, but also the 1 minute. So that'll be something next year. Well, you already got 2nd grade. You're in the class with me. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice fraction. Remember, fractions are part of a whole. So we have a whole, which means it's a whole shape. Nothing is broken down. But then we can break a shape into pieces, which we call fractions. So let's look at the first one, half. What does a half look like? How many pieces is a half? How can I break this circle into a half? How many pieces is a half, first of all?
2.
2 pieces. And how can I break this circle into 2 pieces?
By putting the line there.
A line down the middle. I can put a line here and also a line going this way as well. That's half. What will be the fraction for 1/2?
1 out of 2.
Yes, 1 out of 2. That's 1/2, 1/2. That's 1 piece out of 2, 1 piece out of 2. Good. Next, we have fourths. Fourths. When I say fourths, how many pieces am I dividing my square into?
4.
4. How can I divide my square into 4 pieces?
A line in the middle.
Okay, a line down the middle and
across.
a line across. 4 pieces. What's my fraction in each piece?
4. 1 out of 4.
1 out of 4. 1 piece, line out of 4. 1 piece, line. That line tells us out of 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4. Next, we have thirds. If I divide the square into thirds, how many pieces does thirds give me? Thirds. Well, thirds is how many pieces? 3. How do I divide it into 3? Just 2 lines. So 1, 2, and I can also do it going this way as well. So that's 3 pieces. What is my fraction in each piece?
1
1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. Good. And 6. 6 is how many pieces am I dividing my shape into? 6. Oh, it's a big one. Okay. How many pieces? Well, how many pieces?
6.
6. 6 is 6, and then I can divide it. Let's see. So we go 1, 2, 3. Okay, 6. And what's my fraction in each one?
1 out of 6.
1 out of 6. Good. So just remember fractions, guys. So tomorrow we'll do a little bit more with fractions, but remember, whenever we say fractions, it's a part of a whole. It's when we divide a shape into a certain number of pieces, and then we have the fraction number that we write for each piece. Tomorrow we'll practice shading a certain amount of fractions. All right, good. All right, so your stories. Let's move on from math. Your stories. Are your stories complete, Dennis and Avaya? Your story about the best day ever? Can you show it to me on the screen so I can get a look at it?
You don't have no more, right?
All right, good, Dennis. Okay, good. Good job. Show it again, Avaya. I'm looking. I
haven't really finished mine
You haven't
yet.
finished it? Okay, but you have it though. You know what you're writing about?
Yes, about when I'm gonna finish.
Okay, and so you're just not finished. That's all? Okay, so make sure to finish today, okay, so that we can read them tomorrow. All right, good deal. And all y'all are finishing here, you said? Yeah, I did look at them earlier. Okay, good. So that's your story, guys. That will be due on Thursday. Tomorrow we'll share. Sharing is a part of your grade. So make sure that you're prepared tomorrow to share so that you can be ready to turn in on Thursday. Good job. All right, let's go on to our phonics. Let's do charts. Let's do 9.
Can I hold 9?
Okay, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I'm
Boom, 9. 9,
9.
10, 11, 12. Okay, let's start with 9. Come on.
I'm 10.
Come this way. Why do y'all always go all the way around?
I'm the
And
last
people are sitting right there.
I'm the 10.
9.
So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
And look, stand right here when y'all do it too.
I'm older.
So that they can see. 9 is green. And come stand right here.
We're about to be
Right here.
17.
All right, ing. Let's go.
ING
ing says ing, and pointing. KN says and not. GN says
And that's
ANG says ang, and.
and ING says in king. ONG says in long. UNG
Says yeah, I'm not gonna tell you how to sound. Y'all supposed to know them. ANK says ang,
and bank.
INK says
In wing. ONK says in trunk. UNK says in trunk. WA says and wash.
A says
And dot. Y says
and baby.
LE
says
says
ooh and little. ED says add and wanted. ED says and looked. ED says airplane. All right, 10. Remember, guys, when it goes to the end, come get yours. You can put it up.
Girl, you just stand there like a statue, like. Oh, my mom thought I was stepping and I had to act like a man. So I was some white skin.
Come stand right here too. So whoever's 11, when we get to the end, make sure you're ready. Okay, 10, WH. WH says what, and well. Let's see. H says and who. TCH says and patch. EAR says ear, and ear. EAR says air, and bear. EAR says and earth. OLD says old, and old. MB says and lamb. EW says ooh, and flu. EW says you, and few. Y says e, and rainy. ER says and bigger. EST says S, and biggest. LY says leap, and slowly. EN says in, and sharpen. ES says S, and peaches. ILD says out, and child. IND says ein, and kind.
When we get to almost the end of the chart, you gotta get your
I
chart.
know,
You
I
gotta be
just
paying
said that
attention.
2 times. Okay, let's go to chart 11.
Oh, you know. Wait, let's watch for chart because chart 13.
Let me see if she's gonna be ready. Okay, chart 11. O says and shovel. A says and banana. C says and city. AU says and faucet. AW says and saw. EA says and leaf. EA says and thread. EA says A and steak. IE says and brownie. EY says E and key. EY says A and obey. PH says
And bone.
CH says and chorus. OUGHT says in thoughts. AUGHT says in thoughts. G says and giant. DGE says and fudge. Thank
Good
you.
job, babe. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Wait, that chart 13? That's 12.
Let's look.
Oh, over here. They did not sound the student.
All right, chart 12. Yeah, because A says in a sleep. AL says and also. BE says B and because. EN says in and enjoy. UN says on and unbutton. WR says and wrinkle. OULD says ud and could. AIR says air and hair. U says and push. OUGH says up and enough. OU says in country. ARR says air and carry. IRE says ire and fire. All right, and our last one, 13. We're just getting through all of them.
I was already ready.
Good, thank you. FUL says full and beautiful. ARE says air and care. TAIN says ton in mountain. URE says you're in here. TURE says chur in pasture. WAR says war in warm. TION says shun in nation. SION says shun
And missionary.
SION says John and EIGH says AAANH. Excuse me. OR says in sailor. AR says in
Dollar.
Y says it.
In crystal. PRR says air. And the people were stuttering. What?
All right. All right, so let's go ahead and some words on the board, kind of circling some sounds. All right, so let's start us off. Dennis, come on, first word. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Tell us the sounds and read the word for us right here.
Yes. Okay. EAR.
EAR, ear, and
SH.
good. What's the word?
Sheer.
Sheer. Good. Next one, Avaya, sounds.
CL.
CL and
NK.
INKE. What's the word?
Clean.
Clean. Good. Okay, next one. Okay, WH and SK. That's a sharp vowel I. Whisk. Next one, face, sounds.
Say the word.
Word?
Blue.
Blue. And that's a homonym. That's not blue like the color. This is blue like the wind blew. Carson, next one. I think y'all should know that one.
I really like that. I like to eat it. It's so good. What? I'm not gonna say the word. Oh yeah. As long as I had that crawfish. I really love it.
Crawfish. Yep.
Really love it.
All right, next one, Kinley.
I ate crawfish with Raya the other Raya. Yeah, I ate crawfish with Raya. Why'd you go? I ate crawfish
No,
for Easter.
why are you gonna go all the way around like that? Why do y'all do that? Come on.
I know where crawfish is the best.
EA and CH was the word? Each.
Tape.
Okay, next one, Caitlin, sound.
Here.
And O. What's the word? Unhook. Next one. Back to Dennis. Word sounds.
IRE.
IRE, ire, and one more.
SP.
SP, what's the word?
Inspire.
Inspire, and Avaya, next one, sounds.
No, it was fine.
Avaya,
You are
and
TAIN.
C-A-I-N, ton. What's the word?
Curtain.
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 Okay. Next one.
F-U.
That's what it is. Okay. Okay. Sounds. 7. And
Joyful.
oh, and a Y. Joyful. Good.
Hey, you gotta give her a C.
All right. Good. All right. Go ahead and get out your reading.
Wait, where is my? Oh,
I don't know.
reading your thing?
Mm-hmm. Aesop's Fables.
Baby saw. I stopped. She said.
All right. We're on page 106, 106.
I can hurry up. The lazy grasshopper. We're on the lazy grasshopper.
Mhm.
I already know that because I read this book. Miss Fugit, I read the lazy grasshopper.
Yeah.
When you told us to do something, and I read my book. Can you read upside down? I'm on 97. We're almost done with this thing.
All right. 106. The ants and the lazy grasshoppers.
Wait.
I'm just trying to yes, yeah, I will let you. I'm just trying to make sure everybody is prepared and ready.
She said, every day when I'm done with my stuff at school, then I go to the library.
Okay.
I don't never get to go to the library. Never. I only go to my local library where they help me to read better. Because in my house, I can't read that good. They have a library in my neighborhood. In my neighborhood.
All right. Ants and the lazy grasshopper. Okay, Dennis, you want to read 106 and Avaya 107? Let's get started. You can read. Start, Dennis.
The ants and the lazy grasshoppers. In a great field live the ants and the grasshoppers. The ants were busy little people. They worked all summer getting grain for the winter. We shall need it to eat, said the wise ants. I'd rather hop in the sun, said the grasshopper.
Okay. All right. So in the field, there live some ants and grasshoppers, right? Who works a lot? The ants, right? And so what did they need? What did they prepare for?
Winter.
They're preparing for winter. They're working in the summer, preparing for winter. But what did the grasshoppers prefer to do?
Play.
Play, basically, hop in the sun. Okay, Avaya 107. Unmute, Avaya. Yeah.
Crips the grasshoppers. Crips the grasshoppers. By and by winter came. Oh no. Oh, how cold it was. The grasshoppers' legs were stiff with cold, and they were so hungry. Please give us some grain, dear ants. Begin the grasshoppers. We do not have any extra answered the ants.
Okay. All right. So the ants were ready, getting ready for the winter. The grasshoppers, not so much. Right. So when the winter came, who was ready? The ants. But what about the grasshoppers? Were they prepared? They were cold, and what else?
Their legs were stiff.
Their legs were stiff, and they wanted some what?
Grain.
And did they have grain? Nope, because they did not prepare for winter. So you see, they were not ready. They chose to play instead of work, like the ants were working. And because of that, the ants have what they need. But unfortunately, the grasshoppers, not so much. They were now hungry and they did not have all what they wanted to have. So yeah, that's why we got to work hard. The Bible actually tells us to work hard like the ants. And that's why. Okay, let's look at 108. Okay, Naraya, she had to ask, but you can do 110.
But we have none at all, cried the grasshopper. What were you doing all summer? Asked the ants. Why did you not store away some grain then? Oh, we could not. We danced and hopped and sing all summer long. Why not dance and hop and sing all winter long too? Answered the ants. How greedy ants are. Chirped the lazy grasshopper. How lazy grasshoppers are, thought the busy ants.
Okay, good. So the grasshoppers learned their lesson, right? And now you think next summer they'll prepare and get ready? They better, right? If they don't, then they're gonna be in the same situation again. So they learn their lesson quick that they need to not play all the time, but sometimes we have to work. Play is fun, but you have to work too. All right, let's look at 110, the fox and the crab. We'll do another story today. Fox and the crab. I know. Yeah.
The fox and the crab. Little crab said his mother, I would like to go across the field up to that chilling sand. Your place is here in the water, snapped the mother crab. But it looks so pleasant up there in the sun. Preview the little crab. A fox will catch you if you go on land, snapped the mother again.
Okay. All right, and Kinley, 111.
This food is almost done.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll finish. Come this way. Stop passing that way.
What will we be on? But I want to go. So we have one more. How nice and warm it was. The sun shone in the sunlight. Said a fox, coming along and said, "Here is my breakfast, all ready for me." Crab, but the crab still there was no crab at all. But there was a box with a nice breakfast just eating. Listen.
Okay, good. All right, so in the story, the fox and the crab, the little crab asked his mother to go across the field, right? But where did mom tell him to stay?
I understand.
Basically in the water where they live, right? But mom tells him no, because what would catch him?
Fox.
She said a fox will catch you, right? Did the little crab listen?
No.
No, he did not, right? And who saw him?
Fox.
The fox saw him, and then unfortunately, what happened to the little crab?
He ate his breakfast.
Huh?
He ate his breakfast.
No, what? No, he didn't eat breakfast. What happened to the little crab?
Oh, he got
He was somebody's breakfast.
the fox.
Yeah, it says crack, crack, wet the crab's thin shell. Soon there was no crab at all. So the crab got
So the mama
eaten.
probably was crying.
She probably was sad. She lost her baby, but he didn't listen to
That
her.
was the only one?
Well, I don't know, but yeah, he did not listen to his mom when she told him not to go, and he did. So unfortunately, because he didn't listen, he was eaten up. Poor crab. So that's why you have to listen to your parents, right?
And it says,
Because they
"I'm
know.
thy
That's why they
father
tell you
and
sometimes don't do certain things, because they know the dangers. Okay. All right. So that's it for our reading, guys. We'll actually be finished with our reading book tomorrow. We'll finish our last stories on tomorrow. Okay. All right. Let's do our social studies. We'll be done for the day. Page 94.
What about science?
We're done with science. We finished science last week.
Wait, I can take this home.
Can we just focus on getting our social studies right now? Thanks, guys. So appreciated. Huh?
What page is it? We learned about the white.
Page 94.
We learned about the regular tiger and the white tiger. White tiger and the regular. I hate tigers. Who does I hate tigers? I love tigers. That's God's creation. Oh, I love tigers. And I love tigers. So you say you don't love tigers? Oh, child. It's not an old child. I mean, it's a small child because we small child. I say, oh, child. Ooh. Oh,
All right, 94, India.
In video. All
All right, so we are moving on. Well, we're in the same continent, but last week we moved on to the largest continent, which is Asia. We visited Israel, which is the land where, when we talk about the Bible, that is the land of the Hebrews, the land that God had promised to them. So we visited the Sea of Galilee, Dead Sea, the cities of Jerusalem, Nazareth, all of that. So we're still in Asia. 1 second. All right, so we are still in the continent of Asia, which is the largest continent. All of this is Asia. So we were in Israel. Now we're going to travel all the way here to India and China. These two countries this week, India and China. Okay. So as we travel through India, we will see many people. Why? Because in India, there are over 1 billion people.
No way.
Yes. So that is a lot of people at one time. So India is one of the the most populated countries in the world. So many people live there, over 1 billion to be exact, in India. China is also next as well. That they also have a lot of people, but we'll talk about that in a second. But India has over 1 billion people living there. So because there's so many people, a lot of the Indians do not own cars because, of course, the traffic is probably what? Horrible. So a lot of people will use buses and they'll walk and they'll ride bikes, and they don't have good roads as well. So that's how they'll travel around their cities that they live in inside of India. Now there are cars. I'm not saying there aren't cars, but a lot of people choose not to have a car because it's so many people living there. So the cities in India are just like the cities in America. and they are big and busy. Okay. So a lot of different unique animals live in India, like the tiger. Tigers are from India. That's where tigers are from. The snow leopard as well. Snow leopards are also from India as well. India, they have a certain type of food, which is called Indian food. Curry is one of their most famous dishes. It's meat, seafood, and vegetables cooked in a spicy sauce. That's the type of food that they eat in India. It's called curry. Indian food. Has anyone eaten Indian food before?
I think I have.
But yes, Indian food.
It's nasty.
I'm not so much a fan of it, but
Yes, I have.
everybody's different. So Indian food. So India is known for having so many people that live there. The people are called the Indian people, and they have a lot of unique animals like the tiger and the snow leopard. Now, when we're leaving India, I'm sorry, and there's also this beautiful tomb called the Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal is a beautiful white marble tomb that was built for a ruler over 350 years ago. It's actually considered to be one of the most famous and beautiful buildings in the world. And so just like the pyramids were tombs, this Taj Mahal was a beautiful tomb, and I'll show you a picture of it tomorrow. But the Taj Mahal was a beautiful tomb that was built in India for a ruler. And people, when you go to India, most people visit the Taj Mahal because it's so beautiful. And when I show you a picture, you're probably gonna have seen it before. Maybe just didn't know that's what it was called because it's so famous. So yes. All right. So as we are leaving India and crossing into our next country, which is China. So we're going to leave India, cross over into China. We are going to fly over what's called the Himalaya Mountains. The Himalaya Mountains are some of the highest mountains in the entire world. So that's why they're so unique, because they're really high, beautiful mountains. So we're going to leave India and cross over into China, going over the Himalaya Mountains. So let's look at 96 and let's talk about China. So we're all familiar with China. China is also in Asia. The people from China are called the Chinese people, and they speak Chinese as well. So as we fly over Himalaya mountains, we will also see one of the highest mountains, the tallest mountain in the world. This is the tallest mountain in the world, and it is called Mount Everest. And so many people come to China to climb Mount Everest. Honestly, some people have not made a complete trip climbing Mount Everest. They'll go up, but not come down, right? Because some people have died trying to climb Mount Everest because it's so high up in the sky. So the Himalaya mountains are high, but the tallest mountain in the world is Mount Everest, which we find in China. So many people live in China than any other country in the world. So who has the most people in the world? China. India has over 1 billion. China has more than that. So China has way more people living inside the country than India. So China is the most populated country in the world. There are so many people that live in China. So yeah, a lot of people, more. So most of the Chinese people live in the countryside, and one of their famous dishes to grow is rice. Rice is one of the main foods in China. That's why if you go to the Chinese restaurant, you can get fried rice, because rice is something that they eat a lot and that they cook often with as well. Like I said, from fried rice, like, fried rice. That's one of the things they cook. So they have a lot of farmers, and they have a lot of rice fields where they farm rice, meaning they grow rice. The capital of China is Beijing. Okay. And just like India, there are a few cars, mostly bicycles, buses, and trains are how people get around in China as well. And so in China, we know that they're famous. They don't really use silverware like we do, like spoons and forks and knives. They use chopsticks. Chopsticks is a famous thing they use in China. They eat with chopsticks. Does anyone know how to eat with chopsticks?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of knows. People say no. Yeah, and so chopsticks is something that they use in China instead of silverware. Okay, so in China, let's look at 97. So one of the most famous things to look at in China is the Great Wall, and that's what that is on 96. So you see that there? That's the Great Wall. So it was originally built many years ago. The Chinese built it to protect their land and to keep enemies from coming in and invading their land. So they built this Great Wall around the wall, around China, so that people could not come into their land. Now it's not really used today. Now it's mostly people go and they visit it, and you can actually climb and walk on top of the wall. So that part that we see on 96 is the top of the wall. And so it stretches, it's 25 feet high. And if you stretched it all the way out, it would reach across the United States and the oceans. That's how large the Great Wall is. And so it was originally used to protect the land of China, but now, you know, it's just a historical landmark that people go and visit. You can, like I said, you could walk on top of the wall as well. Also, a cool thing about China is the panda is found in China. That's where pandas are originally from, China. And so, yeah, so if you see one in a zoo, that's because they brought them here. Now, a cool thing about pandas is that they're not in every zoo. Pandas are only in special zoos, right? Has anyone seen one before?
Yeah, I
I have seen a panda before.
Me too.
Yes, they have some in the zoo in Atlanta, and they also have in the zoo in Memphis, Tennessee. That's where I've seen them. And so, and they have them in other zoos too, but those are two zoos where I've seen the panda, and I'll show you a picture tomorrow. So it was just really cool to see, because that's an animal you don't really see often, right? A panda, but pandas are originally from, they are originally from China. That's where they're from. Just like I just said, the tiger and the leopard are from India. The panda is from China. And so pandas live in the bamboo forest there. And so, like I said, if you go to a zoo, you'll see them in a zoo. But a lot of times a panda, if you, in China, that's where they live. But unfortunately as well, pandas are kind of becoming extinct, meaning there's like less of them. There's not a lot of them. So that's why they try to take care of them and preserve them as much as possible, and take good care of them and keep them in zoos, because there aren't many of them left. Now, a cool thing about the panda is that a panda is not a bear. A lot of people think that it's related to bears, but it's not. It's actually like part of the raccoon family.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard of raccoons before?
Yes. Part of the raccoon
Yeah.
family.
And so pandas, I mean, look at them. Look at the eyes. The raccoons have kind of those same eyes. And so, yeah, people say panda bear, but they're not bears. Pandas are actually a part of the raccoon family as well. And so, yes, so pandas are found in China. Okay, so that's China. So in China, they celebrate this big celebration. It's called the Chinese New Year, and they celebrate it. It's a big celebration that is celebrated in China every year. And a cool thing about the Chinese New Year is that everyone turns a year older on the Chinese New Year. So they'll have their birthday, yeah, but in Chinese culture, when the Chinese New Year comes, everybody turns the new age. So if you're 7, when Chinese New Year comes, you turn 8. So that's one thing they celebrate in China, is the Chinese New Year's. So yeah, basically you get 2 birthdays. You have your real birthday that you're born on, and then they have the Chinese New Year where everyone turns their next age. Okay, so that is China. So those are our 2 countries this week, guys. We're visiting India and China, which are both located in the continent of Asia. They both are heavily populated with people, but China has more people than India. Okay, so that's it for our social studies today. Next week, we'll move on to our last continent, which is Australia. And then we have one last lesson on the end after that. So we'll be finished with social studies next week too. So yeah, we're finishing all our books, and spelling ends next week. We have reading ending this week. So yeah, that's how you know we're at the end of the year, close to the end. Okay, we have 15 days left, actually. So yeah, 15 days, count down. All right, so guys, that is it for us today. Make sure you finish your stories and you complete all your workbook pages for everything that you have to do on today, guys. Y'all have a good day. I will see y'all on tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.